spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of jank, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat. The human drama of electronics repair. This is the Big Bad Bench Wide World of Jank.
Thank you to all my patrons. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Big Bad Bench. My name is John, aka Big Bad Biologist, and today we're revisiting this guy. It's bad. It's bad. It's supposed to be pretty cool, but it's bad. Let's go right to here. Look at all the crap that we have on the Big Bad Bench today, just for one project basically. Sorry, something's wonky. We don't want to go back to there. Okay, so take a look at all this crap that's on the Big Bad Bench. While I say hi to folks in the chat, there's so many people. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Thank you for rejoining since I didn't stream last week. We got CDI, Dave's Vintage Apple Tech, Rudy's Retro Intel, Jack68k, The Legend, Ian Scott, Garth Beagle, Tony Hiltunen, did I finally say that correctly? Valerie Vonk, Gut Bomb, Jason of Gut Bomb Tech. Who else is here? All Things DG is here. Socket Wench is here. Asmodeus Deviluke is here. Heiko 9962, hello. Francois Reval. I8038SX is here. Hello. CMD Big Mike. Hello. Where's Trina? I saw Trina. Trina's Technobabble. Hello. If I missed you, say hello again. There's so many people. Thank you all so much. Mr. Tech Gadget. Hello. Cleaning an Apple IIe keyboard while listening to my dulcet tones. Oh man, you just reminded me of a project I need to do. I have that wood grain Apple II that I really need to work on the keyboard for. That's been itching at the back of my brain. All right, so what are we working on here today? So this guy. So this is a Macintosh Display Card 824GC. Apparently Garth Beagle snuck it out of Apple headquarters. It was found in a drawer to be, it was found in a drawer and then it was found to be non-functional. It got real warm and it only had 6 cache chips. If you see here, there's spot for 8 cache chips. And so this is an AM29000 processor that does like graphics acceleration for drawing screens on your Mac. So the way the cache is arrayed, you can't use just 6. So it needed all 8. So that was sort of our problem before. But part of the reason I'm saying Jack68k is a legend, aside from his super awesome software called Reconnaissance, which helps you diagnose your Mac, he found the cache chips, and these cache chips are what's the term? Rare as hen's teeth. If we go, nope, not that one, but it's over here. We look at these MCM 6295 chips. You just cannot find them. But apparently Jack68k, because he is such a legend, he went and he found them from UT Source, I guess. So he sent me 8 cache chips. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So that's going to be one of the things we're going to try. The other thing is that this main processor got really hot. And even these little F74, F543 chips were getting warm, and the cache chips were getting warm. Everything was getting warm. So there's a chance that this chip is also dead. So what I did was I bought this board, which is out of a PET scanner, theoretically. What's the company name? ADAC Labs. So I tried to find these things. These chips are super expensive. Why? Because oh, they're gold on the back, and so the gold scrappers want them, and that makes them stupid expensive. So I found this board for, well, it was, the asking price was a lot higher, but I gave them an offer and they accepted. So this chip is useful, but also there's all these chips. These are TMS 44C251-10 SD chips, and these are dual ported DRAM chips, which I needed for another project. So basically for the price of this, I got a whole bunch of these, which are also chips that I could not find in this stupid zip package. So I'll be able to use all of these. Plus there's a buttload of logic chips on this thing. There's probably a lot of PALs and stuff that we won't be able to use for anything, but oh yeah, this is bodge. So yeah, apparently this came out of a PET scanner from what I was able to find. I could be wrong. This little AUI network thing. So this was a useful find. So we're gonna use that to borrow this. One of the things we got to do, these chips came in 30 or they ran at either 25 or 30 megahertz. This one's only 50 megahertz. The one that was on there was apparently running at 30 megahertz because the crystals are twice the clock speed. So there's a 50 megahertz crystal. This is a 60 megahertz crystal. So we're going to have to pull the 50 megahertz off of there, or maybe I have one. I don't know. We'll warm up the Moo gun as we wait. Oh, look. It also has new bus ports on it. So apparently PET scanners ran on new bus. No, that's not actually correct. So we got some new bus slots there too. So that's useful. The other thing is, since these chips, these little 74F543s were getting warm, I was like, oh, they're probably bad too. Maybe they're bad. I don't know. The other thing to note out is that in its current, even though we weren't getting acceleration, it was still working as a video card. After taking all this stuff, even with the cache chips off, it still worked as a video card. After taking this and this and this off, the crystal, the F543s and the CPU, it will no longer work as a video card. So I want to put these 543s back on there and see if it works as a video card again. So we're going to stick this. This was the other thing I needed. This is a little adapter to use SOIC chips in my Retro Chip Tester Pro. So these sockets can be a little wonky. So hopefully this works. I guess we should try to zoom in. What is a PET scanner? So PET stands for positron emission tomography. So if you ever go to the hospital and they pump you full of radioactive tracer, you're most likely going to hop into a PET scanner. So you drink your little, or you inject, or put it IV, depending on the thing that they're doing, and you let it go around. So in my field, in cancer research, generally what people use it for is you use radioactive glucose, and cancer cells eat more glucose than the rest of your body. So the PET scanner can go through and find where all the glucose gets absorbed. So it's a little different from an MRI. An MRI uses magnets basically and radio waves, whereas the PET scanner is radioactivity. $74, $543. Yay, it worked. Not for scanning the microchip of your pet, no. No, not that. So that worked. That's good. It's an 8-bit bus transceiver, or 8x bus transceiver. It's a little buffer, I guess. So the other thing that I was thinking about that has me kind of worried is that there's 2 Apple specialized chips. Nice. Okay, that one worked. That's good. So is the PET scanner drink just a sweet drink that isn't disgusting? I don't know. I've never drunk one. It's not actually. I mean, glucose isn't as sweet as sucrose. And I guess it technically might. Well, I don't know if it's actually glucose or if it's like a derivative of glucose. I've always considered it radioactive glucose, but I can't imagine it tastes good. I mean, nothing medical ever tastes good. Interestingly, so when I was in grad school, we used to use radioactive phosphorus for some of our work. And it was very highly regulated. Every week we'd have to do these very detailed scans of our whole lab to look for tiny little, like if we ever lost a super mega little tiny droplet of radioactivity, we'd have to like isolate it, fill out a report, all this kind of stuff. So one week we're doing our weekly scans, and somebody that we work with walks into the lab after having she had a knee issue where they used a radioactive tracer, and we're doing our scan. We turn the Geiger counter on, and it immediately pegs. And we're like, what the heck is going on? It's probably like maybe our Geiger counter broke or something. So the woman walks out of the lab and the Geiger counter calms back down, and I'm like, oh wow. So she walks back in and it pegs again. So I think it was like radioactive iodine, which decomposes very quickly, but still it's like it's such a massive amount of radiation that you get for those things, and it's just funny that we have to oh shoot, I forgot about this. Go back to the microscope so you can see what I'm doing here. So we're gonna put these on since we were able to check these chips. We know that we're working. So we had to these little microcuries was the unit of measure for measuring stray radiation. We'd have to record it. She walks in, pegs it just from having a PET scan. I could also be wrong. It's just that company that's what they did. They did medical imaging devices, and from what I could find, this is from a PET scanner. I could have read that wrong, so sue me. It's not clickbait. It's just that was the best thing I could find. As far as what this board came out of. So we're gonna put these chips back on and see if the card will work again. So I already desoldered the AM29000 just because that I didn't want to subject everyone to 6 hours of Mugun. It was not a fun project. We're going to replace it with a socket. That socket also became an issue, which I'll explain in a little bit once we get to that point. Come on, John. Come on, fingers. Oh my gosh. Hello, Chris Jackson. Oh my gosh. What the heck? I'm eventually going to have to stop doing this because my ataxia is going to get too bad. Although I've recently gotten into Dawes's television workshop. What an awesome guy he is, man. I give him so much props for for having that tremor and doing all that work around high voltage. Oh yeah, no, that would cut my electronics career shorter than it already is. All things DG, where's my John time? Oh, Valerie Von, did you have a PET scan? Is that what I'm seeing there? Did I miss it? Yeah, contrast dyes. Sorry, I missed some stuff up there. Contrast dyes for MRIs, that's a whole different kind of thing. The stream hang? Uh-oh. That's not good. It's showing okay for me. Maybe YouTube was like, you're not being entertaining enough. We're just gonna cancel your stream. Talking about PET scanners. I don't know. I think it's cool stuff. They were both PET scanners and MRIs were developed in the 70s. So by the time that this ADAC Labs company in the late 80s would have come around, it's kind of amazing how far the technology would have advanced. But compared to where we're at now, these things are not, this would not have had the resolution that we're using these days. So I don't feel bad about harvesting bits from this. It's not like we're hurting people's lives by stealing electronic bits out of this, because it's such an antiquated piece of equipment that it would not be used, not even for educational uses. I forgot, we should check some date codes on the chips on that thing to see what year it was from. I would assume it would be like 1988, 1989. Yeah, the PET scanner board would have been incredibly expensive. I think I saw one on eBay for well over $1,000. I don't think anyone's gonna buy these for $1,000. It's just, I know like Usagi Electric is having fun right now restoring an old spectrophotometer, but it's just not practical for these kinds of things to keep the old tech going. I have a spectrophotometer that I would love to repair just because it's incredibly useful, but it's from the late 90s and the company's like, no, it's too antiquated. We're not going to even tell you anything about it. It's going to be a lot of soldering today. So if you're not into soldering streams, this is probably not the stream for you. And also, what are you doing at my stream if you're not into soldering, right? Right? Hey, Samuel Flint. Maybe the Europeans, maybe it paused for the Europeans. Maybe we got to pay tariffs on YouTube streams now. This tip is dirty. Don't give them any idea. I don't know. I mean, with what do they call the AI units of computation that they sell? I bet you those things are going to be taxed. Tokens, yeah. Okay. 3 of those on. 1 more. Did I put them on the right way? Yeah. Okay. Hey, you were supposed to flow on there. Come on. Okay. Good. My stream is starting to buffer. I don't know, man. I can't control this stuff. I'm not getting weird stream health. It says my stream is excellent. It says that my stream health is excellent. I'm healthy over here, Dave. So again, I apologize for missing last week's stream. I'm in the middle of a construction project on my house where basically the wall was non-existent. So I had to kind of take care of that before streaming would be allowed. Technically, that project is not done. If you'd like to see some details, I do post that kind of stuff on my Patreon. I don't make that generally super public because, you know, it is like exterior pictures of my house and stuff. So I try to put that stuff behind a paywall. Keep it somewhat private. And it's the only really benefit that my patrons get. Y'all are amazing. This week, I posted a picture of a dumpster. I got the bill for that dumpster yesterday. 2.2 tons of house that I threw away. It's no wonder I was real tired last week. Okay. Alrighty, so let's pop this back in and let's see if it works as a video card again with just those buffer chips. Okay, so first thing we gotta do is take off this, or it's gonna think that there's a monitor attached there. Oh, I got more walls than I need, Jesse. It's okay. We got plenty of walls in this mess. Okay, put you in here. This was the same 2CI we were using to test last week. I booted whenever we did this project. We showed the blue SCSI doing VGA external monitor output. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, it's currently booting with no screen. That's really interesting. I wonder if the clock chips also drive the clock on that thing drives those ASICs. Okay. My house was built approximately 1750, so it was very old. And it had 275 years of abuse since then. So a lot of structural issues that I'm working on, dealing with rot, foundation repair, sill repair. Okay, so this is booted. It's not showing any video, so that's really interesting to me that we're not getting any video output out of this thing, even though it didn't seem like this was doing anything. I don't know, but let's grab the crystal off of this board. Oh, that's a mess. Okay. All right. Yeah, old houses are cool. They are a boatload of work. Yeah, Jack, it definitely has had a lot of renovations over the years. So as I've taken it apart, I've tried to do it as carefully as possible to try to understand how things have worked. And so somebody did a bunch of work in the 1990s. Somebody did some work in the 1960s. And you can tell by the way boards are cut, the types of nails that people use. And then there was a lot of work that was done in the mid 1800s. And then you can find the original stuff from when the house was built. A lot of the house did not have insulation. A lot of the house did have blow-in insulation, which is just awful. It's really terrible stuff to get rid of. It's not like dangerous. It's not like I'm dealing with asbestos or anything. Just hard to get rid of. Put out the solar panels. Okay. This one still had a bunch of solder on it, so we could get rid of that. Okay, crystal. should probably do this under the microscope. It's okay. This is going to be a quick one, and then we're going to try it again with just the crystal installed. There we go. Okay. Crystal on. Now, actually, I want to look real quick. Yeah, I think that pin. Let me check real quick. Should be this one. That goes down to here. No? Oh, it's that one. Okay. All right. Got to remember that's the one I'm looking for our crystal. I guess I should turn this on, get the oscilloscope ready to go just to see if I can make sure that we're getting crystal activity. I'm not going to show you just because it doesn't look so great anyway, but let's try this out. Let's see if just adding the crystal gets it going. Heiko, yeah, it's a good idea to put a socket in, but the issue I've had with those sockets is that they're incredibly unreliable. Like the crystal pins are too thin. I don't know. I guess maybe you need like a specialized crystal socket. Nope. It's booting. You can see the blue SCSI, and we're getting nothing. That's really interesting. Okay. Whatever. Oh, yeah, let's double check to make sure that we're getting crystal activity. I'm seeing no activity on that crystal. Oh, because I put it in wrong. Nope, not that one. What's going on here? Why am I getting no crystals anywhere? That's power. Hey, Wasteland Wanderer, how's it going? That's not right. All right, so let's shut this off. So let's double check. Yep. So if you see here, the pointy thing, That's where the cutoff corner should be. That's not how I did this. Cutoff corner should be the pointy corner. Misread it. Now we gotta wait for the moo gun to warm up again. We had to moo gun more than I wanted to moo today. So I'm waiting for that. Let me explain to you my fiasco with this socket. So you look at the processor, it's like, oh, that's exactly a 68040 processor, right? We have 3 rows of pins. Yeah, that's exactly. No, there's one more row. So I had these 68040 sockets. So these are useless. But then I had sockets for the 68060, which have 4 rows. So what I could do is pop out the pins. So I got all these little individual pins that I popped out from these rows that are now the proper size. And also we had one bonus pin. It's Starbucks, hello. So now this is a proper socket for this thing. So that's great. Okay, we're back up to temperature. So there you go. Learn to read the pinout of a crystal properly. That was dumb. So I don't know if you were me and you're looking at this, where would you put the pointy corner? I would say the pointy corner would go down here, but that's not correct. Pointy corner goes here. At least that's how the other crystal's oriented. Now, let's see if we destroyed this crystal from putting it in the wrong way. Feeding it 5 volts in its output bits. I should have a 50 megahertz crystal around here somewhere, but still. Yeah, that's the question. People ask if I should be socketing it. I just have not had good luck with these. I think the last time I used a real socket was in my in some 2SI shenanigans. Okay, let's try that again. And it's such an unreliable thing. Every time I take it out to use it, I have to like jiggle the crystal because it's not a proper crystal socket. There's the right ones. Then you got the little, and then you can put a zip tie underneath, I guess. The little dip 14 with only 4 pins. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's stick that in the power supply. That's got to be good. Yeah, I've done that with the individual pin headers stuffs too. Yeah, I haven't had much luck with those either. Why is my oscilloscope being weird today? Am I not in? I'm in that. Yep, that's not going. I would really like. Does anyone remember where the clock signal is in the new bus slot? Row 32. Should be one of these. Okay. Wow, the new bus clock is ugly. I should be showing that to you. Oh God, that's ugly. It's hideous. All right, well, at the very least, we know that we need more than the F543s. Okay, well, that's not good. So one of the things I just noticed is that we have no voltage going to oh no, we do have voltage going to that. Okay, so that's 5. Wonder if I destroyed that crystal by plugging it in the wrong way. What do you think? Is it likely that I did that? No, Jack, I did check other new bus cards in here to make sure that they worked first. Okay, Rodville. Okay. Let's see. Let's warm up the Moo gun again. Let's pull this crystal out. We had a 5 volt. Let's see. Crystals, what drawer are you in? That's 40. That's 40. $60, 28. $80. Might only have 40s. Oh, shoot. Well, it's something at least. $12. Don't want to put a 12 in there. 28. 28. Dang. Okay. We'll go with a 40. Oh, no, that's a 66. We don't want to put a 66 here. So, this is a little janky. I apologize. I know you only expect pure professionalism from me here. Oh God, that's not even gonna work. I thought I could get it to work. Oh, come on. What if it's that there's nothing? No, they should just work even if there's nothing on the output, right? They should just go. They shouldn't care. Let's put this socket on. I gotta find my... Wait a second. Hold on one moment, please. Okay, back. I found it. I knew I had another 50 megahertz crystal here. This is one where I severely overclocked the math coprocessor on one of HKZ's mini performer. Not severely. I guess it's only a 20% increase. Ow. Oh, that's a burn. There we go. All right. Set you over here. You're safe, I promise. Thanks, Trina. All right, since it's been requested, let's just put some pin headers in, especially since we're having crystal issues anyway. Let's just put some of these in. So these are the little things I took out of sockets. I think part of the issue with these is that they will touch. You don't want these to all the way go down and touch the can, or it'll short out against the can. All right, we're gonna put that over there. Hello everyone, if you're just joining today, make sure to say hi. we haven't gotten too far. We tested some logic chips. We did some soldering that needed to be undone, then we did it again, and then we did it again. I'm worried I destroyed a crystal. And while I'm here, I'm gonna tack this on. We are eventually gonna do a lot of rapid hardcore soldering. And so if you like rapid hardcore soldering, so so one of the things I've done before when I was farting around with these is like use a piece of electrical tape to separate it from shorting out on the can. And then also I bend the legs on these things to make sure that they provide a little bit more tightness. Let's try it again. Let's see if we get some crystal crystallizing. And when we checked this card before, you did not need a fancy adapter for the video to work. With some cards, you do need to use the adapter with the dealie. There we go. Now we got 50 megahertz happy. There we go. That's a happy 50 megahertz. Okay. All right. And we are booting and we have no video. So that's really interesting that this thing was putting out video before. It was not initializing the card properly. Maybe it all had to do with the cache. Maybe the 29,000 is fine, but the cache missing was the big problem. All right. Hardcore soldering time. Let's do this. Let's do this. Everybody put on your favorite soldering music. Clear your crash. Clear your cache. Microscope. There we go. All right. Let's get rid of these out of my way. Hardcore rapid soldering time. How many pins am I gonna miss? I guess we'll do this systematically. We'll just do one row at a time. Pretend we're professionals. Hardcore rapid soldering. Steve would have a hardcore rapid soldering song. As we all know, I am no Steve. Alright, and I just saw one of these pins move. The socket should not be melting at these temperatures, but does the crystal's casing have meth inside? No, I think that's a different kind of thing. I think it's silicon. Let's go back to here. No, not that. Oh god. Let's go to this thing. Let's take this out and put it in the socket so that we're sure all the pins are aligned properly. I was very happy to see that this thing came in a socket. I probably could have unsoldered this socket and used this socket. That would have made sense. Oh well. Oh well. And I decided I could cut off the extra stuff But I was like, we need some proof of jank here, so let's leave it. Okay, back to hardcore soldering time. How long is it going to take me to... I don't even know how many pins this is. 174-ish? Is that what I remember seeing? How long does it take to solder 174 pins when you're not great at soldering? While you're waiting, check out the short I released, or I hate using the word release. It makes me sound pretentious. The short I put out the other day about the iBook repair. If you like automobile buffers and old white iBooks, you'll love that short. Oh, this tip is dirty. Jason of Gupalm Industries. Oh, he's gonna get so mad at me. There's a cool thing in Rhode Island tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it. The Rhode Island Computer Museum, once or twice a year, I guess, does like a the warehouse sale. Like if they have a whole lot of crap that they want to get rid of, and sort of a tour of their warehouse, which would be very cool to see. My latest drop. Hi, Brad Bell. I don't think I said hi to you yet. Hello. No, I don't like the rhythm of this. This is not a good rhythm. We're going to go back to the other side. Okay. My blue scuzzy image is going to be mad at me for shutting it off, not powering down properly. It's only System 7.1. It should be okay. Sorry if anyone is experiencing buffering. It's telling me that my stream health is excellent. Ooh. Little solder ball. I've noticed this. So this is chip quick solder, not the low melt stuff, just normal 60/40. Every once in a while I get a little solder ball that pops out of there and refuses to remelt. So I'm not a big fan of this stuff. It's okay. I like my Chinese stuff better though. I'm sure this is also made in China. But... Sanki, S-A-N-K-I. It's my favorite. Loop. Gotta fix that. We're missing our light. Oh my gosh, what is going on here? Almost there. We're getting there. We did a lot of pins today. Lots of pins. Oh, we still gotta solder all the cash. Oh no. Oh no. Hey, it's Justin D. Morgan. My favorite kind of pet scan is a cat scan because there's no such thing as a dog scan. Very funny, Justin. That's good stuff, my friend. Woot. Take a quick look. Make sure I didn't miss any pins. I think we got them all. Blow up these two a little bit more. Make them match all their friends. Okay. Hey, it's Joe from Joe's Computer Museum. All right, where are we at now? Back to here. Make sure our crystal is sitting nicely. We have our replacement AM29000 in there. Let's see if we get video out of this thing. If not, that might indicate I destroyed it, even more worse than it had already been. Oh, we got video. Okay. Yay. Okay, so that's interesting. So it needs the AM29000 to function as a video card. As we'll see here in a second, it's going to take a while to boot because it's angry because I did not shut it down properly. We're going to get a no rocket pencil. So the AM29000 is doing something. So there's our no rocket pencil icon. So this thing, the original one, might be okay. It's just missing the cache. That's interesting. I was thinking that chip is toast, but if that's the case, that it actually needs the chip to output video, that's really interesting. So we're learning stuff. It's taken us 6 hours. How long is it? Oh my god, it's already past 1 o'clock. All right, it's time to do hardcore rapid soldering on these cache chips. That's our last thing. Yeah, I thought that the AM29000 would only be required for the acceleration bits, since we're not getting the plugin, like the whatchamadoodle, to work properly. But it seems that the AM29000 is actually required to get any kind of video output. So this card is not currently accelerated. So the last time we did this, you know, it works fine as a video card, but it's not accelerated at all. So it works now that we have a chip in here, but it's just non-accelerated. It's not loading its control panel / driver or whatever. I guess we should, well, we gotta lube them all up anyway. So I was thinking that, yeah, last time when we played this, I was thinking that if we just got rid of all the cache and use the version of the control panel that doesn't actually use the cache, that we'd be able to use it, but it never activated. We never got the happy pencil rocket. Alright, so I'm gonna get this all over myself now. Yeah, the AM29000 is sort of the GPU. It should be doing the drawing bits. Oh, Starbuck asked if this is a rare card. Yes, partially just because I like, but yeah, this is a pretty rare card. So for 68020 or 68030 max, it provides graphic acceleration, which is not a thing. You can find a lot of video cards for old Macs, but not all of them make it faster, right? So like drawing all of the stuff on the screen is pretty much always done by the CPU on the 68030 on the logic board. So there were a handful of cards that would accelerate that drawing. It would take the work away from the CPU. This is supposedly one of them, and that's one of the reasons it's kind of rare and useful. All right, so we're going to use an anchor pad here. Let's do that one. Get on there. Wow, that's way too much. And we'll do there. Okay. Yeah, so if you look in the video description, I have a link to a benchmark spreadsheet that I've been sort of using to document stuff with various cards, whether I just installed the card by itself or the card with its control panel, and done some tests. Now, this 2CI that we're working with is kind of fast as far as 2CIs go. It has the cache card installed, and I have 1 meg of RAM installed in the first slot, or the first 4 slots, and then set up a disk cache for 768K. So the video card basically has free access, or not the video card, but the video processes on this computer basically have free access to the RAM, and then the system has free access to the other 16 megs that are installed. So this is a pretty quick 2CI. So yeah, this is gonna take a bit. I am sorry. Today is a lot of soldering. If you like a whole lot of soldering, make sure to hit that like button. If you hate a whole lot of soldering, hit that like button. Like, subscribe, do the thing. Oh God. Oh God, I'm a YouTube person. Alright, let's take a look. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. And of course, one major caveat to what we're about to do, even though Jack got these chips, who knows if they're real or not. That's always fun when you're talking about finding rare chips. I hope they are. That would make things so nice, wouldn't it? If we compare, I have no way to test these things. So if we compare the markings for the original, that's these guys, versus these. So yeah, very different. Very different. Oh, gotta lube up some anchor pads. Come on, you anchor pad. Bloop. Oh, oh no, now the chip is sticky. Oh, John. Oh, now I'm sticky. This is a mess. I'm on chip 2, and I already have made a giant mess. So much flux. Sticky, sticky. That's why you shouldn't lay down more flux than you need. But I was being lazy. I was expelling all my flux. That's not a good thing to say. So one of the weird bits, if you go to, oh, no, you can't see that. So I had the spec sheet pulled up for these things. These are 28 pin chips, which is very weird. If you look, let's see, let's go back to this. Nope, not that. Not that. This guy, 16K by 4 SRAM chips. Normally they're not 28 pin, right? You don't need 28 pins for a 16 by 4. So there's something weird about the way these chips work. So I'm not smart enough to understand all that stuff. I know 28 pins is more than you find on most 16K by 4 chips. I don't know what makes it different. And I know like those zip RAM chips that I showed earlier, those have some extra pins, but that's because it's something called dual ported RAM and it has like a serial bus in it. It's weird stuff. But this, I don't think this is particularly odd. I think it's just superfluous. And if you look at the actual, like the way the pins connect, they do connect a couple of pins to themselves. So they're not even using all of the pins that are possible on this thing. It's a weird RAM. Weird RAMs. I don't know what you're talking about, Rudy. Trina made a spreadsheet. Good job, Trina. I normally make things look harder than they need to be. If this were Gut Bomb, he'd just use the hot air. He probably thinks I'm a noob. Pros would use hot air. If Joe from Joe's Computer Museum is still here, you'd use hot air too, right? Because you're a pro. I would use hot air to sort of straighten out my pins, like if I get it crooked, but Joe would not use hot air? Wow. Okay, well then I feel okay then that I'm in the company of other people that would use irons for this, such as Jason and Joe. This is annoying and tedious work. What was the what's the work that they describe in Severance? Mysterious and important? This is sort of the opposite of mysterious and important. Okay. 3 on. Drag soldering. Yeah, you could drag solder. The thing I worry about with drag soldering with these is that the traces that go between them, I guess if you use enough flux and you're good. And some of the solder mask has started coming off. That's the other thing that worries me. I forgot Ian is also a pro soldering expert with all of the soldering he's done over the years. Yeah, I should listen to Ian more. Sorry I didn't include you on my initial list of pro solderers, Ian. Oh, I got I forgot the name of those wires already, but I got long ones so that I can do custom mounting of the front panel for my Pico IDE. Very excited about that. FPC wires, yes. Okay. Map gas torch and a bar lead. My grandfather used to do body work on cars back in the time before they really used the plastic stuff. He did all of his body work with lead. Half of our chips are on. This is getting exciting. This is getting very exciting. Joe forgot the light pipes. Oh, Joe. Jason, I'm pretty sure that Ian is a machine. For the way he can create these things, I think he's pretty much a machine. Oh, look at that. Oh, bridge. Oh, you giant bridge. There we go. Come on, 2 dimensions. Let's go to 3 dimensions. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, what is happening? Oh, we have problems. What is going on? Why are we not flowing? Get over there. There it goes. Oh, that's nice. That's better. Shiny happy solder joints. How many shiny happy solder joints are we gonna have by the time we're done here today? Did anyone count how many pins are on the AM29000? Or did anyone pull up the spec sheet? 174 sticks in my head. Okay, there's that one. Did we put these all in the right orientation? Okay, yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. Yeah, I'm not gonna sing the shiny happy solder joint thing. I got a copyright a claim when I played the Starshine tracker mod music file a couple weeks ago, and I started looking into it, and it turns out that there's some South American company that has decided to claim that as theirs, and it's really bullshit. And I mean, it worked. Like, they got YouTube to believe it, but they're not the people that own it. Like, the guy that wrote the music is the actual, like, owner of the copyright, and these people are just claiming his work as their own. But anyway, for that Pico IDE stream, I had to mute chunks of it, so sorry about that. If you get a Pico Gus, download the Starshine mod file or tracker or whatever it's called. It's such a good music to listen to on the Pico Gus. I was mad at the dude for a second, and then I realized that the copyright wasn't being claimed by the original author. Yeah, they said I could have left it and shared monetization with them, but I was like, I'm not gonna share that 42 cents with a troll. Yes, I know it's only 42 cents, but darn it, it's the principle of the thing. Those trolls can suck it. Okay, we're down to 2 chips, people. Did anyone think we'd ever get this far? I didn't. I thought I'd lose my mind well before this. Fluxing it up. Fluxing it up. Oh, speaking of music, if anyone's into like indie rock, poppy, kinda silly, almost sometimes music, I have some friends that just released a new album called The Defog. You can get it on Apple Music. Ow. Okay. That was my thumb. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. This has been quite the ordeal, hasn't it? So many shiny happy solder joints. So pretty. So pretty. Yeah, put all the fake ones on. I mean, all these new ones on at the same time. We still have 6 originals. What do you say, Garth? How you feeling about this project? Since this is your fault. This is Garth's fault. Thank you, Valerie. That's very kind. I wish I found them calming. If I knew the outcome. Actually, I mentioned before I bought a bunch of XT IDE or XT, I don't know what to call them. They're 8-bit ISA compact flash cards using the XT IDE BIOS. So yesterday I was not feeling too hot, so I just came out here and started building cards, and it actually is kind of relaxing when you know the outcome of a thing and you're just getting in a flow and doing your soldering. I guess that was sort of a pun. It was unintentional. Don't yell at me too much. Oh, yeah, look at that. Okay, good. Now Garth just cursed it, jinxed it. There's no way this thing will actually work now. Thanks, Garth. Thanks, Garth. Do you remember how many years ago you found this? Like what year approximately it would have been? "27 years ago." Wow. Garth is the best looking 80-year-old I've ever seen. Okay. Alright, so what I want to do is blob some isopropanol in here. I just want to take a look at this without all the flux on it, try to get a better sense as to make sure I don't have any bridged pads or anything. Let's get my partner's toothbrush out. Oh yeah. Let's see. Everyone look for bridges. Okay. Here we go. No, not that. All right, so make sure that that's not touching anything. Hate. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's not messed up enough to prevent it from booting, so that's something. All right, everybody look for Happy Pencil Rocket. This is currently this version 7. To use actual acceleration, we need 701, I think, to maximize our acceleration. Come on, Pencil Rocket. Pencil Rocket with a line. Pencil Rocket with a line. Let's see if there's anything super. Things are not as hot as they used to be, so that's something. What happens here? A hardware error has been detected on the card. That's sad. Let's put this into color mode so it's easier to see the Pencil Rocket. And let's try the other version of the plug-in dealie. Where did I put it? Oh, okay. It's in the control panels, disabled. No, disabled control panels. Let's move you back out to the main drive, and we'll put, this should be the 701 version. Yeah, let's try it with the 701. Why is that not in color? Sad Pencil Rocket. Dang you, Pencil Rocket. Oh, actually though, we didn't have thousands of colors before, did we? Did we have thousands? Did that show up before and I just ignored it? And millions? That's weird that it's doing that. It's resetting it. Let's try the original 29,000 in there. I mean, this machine would have been taken apart. I assume this would probably be a good one. Hardware error has been detected on the 824 card. All right, let's shut this down. I mean, so this this thing, I mean, there's no guarantee it worked, but I assumed it was probably good. Like, it was just sort of taken apart as they dismantled the machine. but let's try this, because it's always a chance that this thing didn't work because of the missing cache, right? And maybe the Apple Card really requires the 60 megahertz because of timing to whatever these two things do. Yup, we took the chip, put it in a socket. A janky socket. Notice. Proof of jank has been provided. Let's try the original chip. A jocket. I like it. I am going to check real quick that our oscillator is oscillating. Yep, we've got a beautiful 50 megahertz on it. It's definitely different that it resets to black every time now. That's a new thing that it's doing. Oh, still no pencil rocket. Still no pencil rocket. It seems fast, doesn't it? Doesn't it seem like it's drawing? Oh, it's also drawing in black and white. That would do it. That would do it. Let's do a quick benchmark run and see. Gonna leave that there. Gonna leave that there. Let's do the snooper vid test. Video benchmark. All right, so before this got a 95% when we were futzing with it. Is in comparison to the Macintosh 2CI internal video. It's down to 91%. So our clock might be affecting it a little bit. That's interesting. Okay. Let's try to put the 60 megahertz crystal back on there. It's our last thing. Yeah, so the original crystal was 60 megahertz, this one's 50 megahertz. So it's interesting that it seems to be doing something. Okay. There's our 60 megahertz clock installed. Double check to make sure our clock is clocking. And we have a beautiful 60 megahertz clock. What do we got? No pencil rocket. No pencil rocket. Let's put this back to here. Back to 2. Nope, not that. 256. Hardware. Dang, it's sad. Dang, it's sad. Where's our snooper? Let's see if we get back to our 95% or whatever. Let's see. It is super weird that it's not remembering the bit depth after reboot. It's like it's seeing it as a different card every time. Yeah, we've gained 3% now. That's funny. So it seems like that 50 to 60 megahertz clock is doing something. Hmm. All right, let me see if I can. Is it still really hot? Yes. It is still really hot. Oh, sorry. Where? Go back to here. The other one was not as super hot. Should we try the other one at 60 megahertz? Or I guess the clock is twice the speed of the thing. Let's try the other one at 60. Let's try the variables that we can variable. The RAM chips were not hot. Or the SRAM, if we want to be precise about it. These are DRAMs and these are SRAMs. Okay, look at the bottom of this one, make sure I hadn't bent any pins over or anything. But it also, one of the things we found out is that you need this on here to make this card work. So this is actually doing something. But these two guys are the things that kind of worry me now. But it's just so weird that it's doing something. That is totally a possibility. Brand new chips and exactly the type we needed. Oh. No rocket. No rocket. Did a weird parrot sell you those SRAM chips? Nope. Okay, real quick. I'm not going to be able to show you this, but I am going to poke at some lines. Yeah, it's just like it's not doing anything. It's like there's enough. It's not telling it to do stuff. Oh, what did I find? Did I find a RAS signal? Yeah, I think I found a RAS line. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple pins that show stuff, but most of these pins have no activity on them whatsoever. So it's not being asked to do stuff, which is so weird. Hmm. Well, dang. This is sad. This is real sad. Oh, yeah, no. Okay. So it works enough to be a video card. It's just not an accelerated card. I gotta find the ROM. I can try to see if my ROM is good. Maybe flash, make a new ROM chip. I'll double check all of my solder joints. But yeah, there's just no activity that I can detect out of this thing. So weird. So weird. So we know like this half of it's doing stuff, right? This is most likely a DAC. But whatever these guys do, they're not doing it, seemingly. Just a regular old display adapter that gets you millions of colors. So at least there's that. But yeah. Well, dang. I want to thank you all for joining me today. I guess we're gonna have to call it here. I'll fart around with this some more off stream. But I do appreciate y'all hanging out and doing this stuff. Yeah, it was definitely worth a shot. I want to thank Jack68k for being a legend and sending me these SRAMs. I'll have to see if I can come up with a way to test them with the Retro Chip Tester Pro. It has 16K by 4 SRAM potential possibilities, but I'd have to make a little adapter board up. So yeah, it's I don't know. It's potentially possible. We're still bad. We're still in a bad place with this card though. Yes, thank you all so much. Yeah, you can't. There are no diagrams for this thing. Um, So I want to thank my patrons, my Janka crew, Matt Hargett, Gutbomb, Garth Beagle, Brian Garford, David Starbuck, Ian Scott, Jamie's Hack Shack, All Things DG, Chris Angelis, Scout, Jack68k, Bacchus, Asmodeus, Devoluke, Alan Gracia, Rudy's Retro Intel, Dustin Cooper, CDI, Lazy Blue Goat, Josh, and Retro Viator, and my Jank team, Hardware Hacker, Mark Kruger, iHide, Charles Bullock, Dave's Vintage Apple Tech, Mark from Millennium Max, Mr. Tech Gadget, Mike K, and Mac84. Thank you all so much. I appreciate the heck out of you, and I appreciate everyone that has joined me here today. Have a lovely week, you all. Go check out the shorts I made over the last week or two. And yeah, as we say here at the Big Bad Bench, if you're a Trumper, go F yourself. Bye, y'all.